What's up, guys? This is Kyle from Wax Museum, and I'm back with the third and final row of my Hall of Fame box. And this row is not quite as full as the others, but I appreciate the feedback I've got so far, so I'm glad you've enjoyed those first two. And let's go ahead and jump right in. And we left off with Steve Nash, so now we're going to pick up with a name you probably didn't expect to see in here, although now that you're seeing him, it might not be that big of a surprise, especially after Marcus Haynes. But we've got Curly Neal. So, like I said with Marcus, there's not a lot of Globetrotter stuff out there. So, anytime I see something like this is from Sport Kings. It's a relic auto. It's an on-card auto. Just a nice-looking card. So, I'll grab that stuff. And then Leaf also had some Curly Neal memorabilia. So, there's some multicolor patches in there. Like I've said before with Leaf, the design on this leaves quite a bit to be desired. But where else are you going to get Curly Neal patches? Okay. We're going to see a lot of patches today. The first one after Curly Neal is Dirk Nowitzki. And this is an example of something I've seen with several cards from this set before, to where it says Prime on the back. It's got a Prime piece in it. For whatever reason, it's not numbered, so it was cheaper because of that. I saw multiple examples of this. So this doesn't concern me at all. I don't think it's swapped or anything like that. You just have to know the context of the time frame and what sets had that kind of stuff. So I'm very happy with this Dirk patch for my PC. Okay, we've got this green or emerald Shaq Celtics patch. And this is the big Shamrock. And there's not a lot of Shaq Celtics relics out there. I'd have to look at my research again, but I think I narrowed it down to like 39 games. And then he only wore the black patches in so many games, or maybe that was the 39, I don't remember, but I've got the research somewhere out there. And then it's numbered 3 out of 5. So that's actually one of my favorite Shaq cards. All right, another Celtic here. We've got Robert Parrish. I've shown this set before. I had the Bob Lanier. I had the Bernard King. Well, I've also got the Robert Parrish. That was pretty cheap just because there's plenty of Parrish stuff out there. So his stuff is never going to go super high, even though he's a Celtic, even though he's a Hall of Famer, even though he's an all-time great. Just a lot of stuff out there. So I do try to grab some of the nicer stuff if I can. So I saw this at a show where, there's tons of Robert Parrish autographs out there, and he'll sign through the mail for free as well. But you're not going to see a lot where he's inscribed the Chief on there. So this was a pack-pulled autograph numbered to 50 where he inscribed the Chief. Okay, we got a current player here. Older card, though. This is an Upper Deck card of Chris Paul. And this is, he's got a New Orleans jersey on, but it's from when they were in Oklahoma City. So you see that Oklahoma City logo there. Remember with Hurricane Katrina and everything that followed that, they moved for a little bit. Really nice Chris Paul patch. I saw this at a show for, I want to say $20, which I would grab that any day for $20. Very happy with that pickup. All right, this one I bought on eBay. I was in the car on the way home from the National. This popped up. It's a dual patch, Leaf patch, and this is a Leaf card that's done pretty well. Maybe they don't have pictures of these players, but they don't need pictures when they make the patch the focus of the card, and they don't put any cheesy jersey mock-ups or anything like that on there. We've got Reggie Lewis and Drazen Petrovic, number 2 out of 2. And the Lewis has got to be from a warm-up because you can see some of the gold there from that Shamrock. Those were only on the warm-ups. They didn't wear those on the jerseys. And then this has got to be from Yugoslavia jersey, which I haven't matched it up yet. I mean, I've matched up some that are similar. I don't know where Leaf got that from, but there's never been draws and relics before, so when I saw that, I just absolutely had to have that. Okay, an Epic Signatures card, and this is the real deal. This isn't the cut like the Auerbach that I made of Bob Pettit. Bob Pettit is probably underrated by most people. I mean, proper NBA historians give him his just due, but underrated by just the general NBA fan or the casual NBA historians. I don't think they give Pettit as much credit as they should. I wish he had some relics out there, but he doesn't. So we'll have to go with an autograph. All right, here is a player I'm not a huge fan of, but I do really like this card. This is a Paul Pierce Rookie Legacy numbered to 99 that I found at the Dallas show in 2022 in a box for $10. And that's another one of those. I couldn't believe I found it. It was on a Saturday morning. So, I mean, people had probably been digging in boxes since at least Wednesday or Thursday. It just goes to show you, just dig in every box. You never know. And maybe people will bring boxes on different days. I don't know the situation here, but I'm happy I went digging that morning. Okay, we got a Wheaties card. This one's from 1952 of Jim Pollard. Most of the, well, I say most, there were only 3 basketball players in the set. Jim Pollard, Bob Davies, and George Mikan. They all had a headshot and an action shot. And I don't have all of them yet. I have the Mikan. It's in with my graded cards. I don't think it's in this box. So even though this is my Hall of Fame box, there's a lot of stuff, graded cards, finals cards, Pacers cards, that didn't make it into this box that are still Hall of Fame cards. So there will be more videos. Flawless patches, they didn't make it in here either. Ooh, this one I like a lot. This is a duel, an Upper Deck Black duel of Walt Frazier and Willis Reed. And Willis Reed just doesn't have a lot of relics out there. So I had a trio patch with Willis Reed, I think Kevin Garnett, and Karl Malone. Not some of my favorite guys, and it was just a solid orange patch, even though it was a patch material. And when I saw this on ComC, that was a no-brainer upgrade for me. And both pictures are in black and white. There's just so much that's done well on this card. The foil, everything looks so good. I really like that card. And that's numbered to 25. There's a version numbered to 10 as well. Here's an Oscar Robertson patch. Small patch, but pretty great patch for him. He doesn't have a lot of stuff out there. I saw that as a show during the pandemic. I paid strong for it. No regrets. Because to find that in person, you can't beat that. And the same day, I found a Reggie Miller Al Harrington dual auto for $20. So it averaged out. I did really well. Fun note, this picture has to be from, I believe it's the 71-72 season, because he's got that Logo Man on the shorts. And if you listen to my Logo Man series on the audio podcast, you know that was only on the shorts in the 71-72 season. They had other versions later on for the 35th anniversary, but just by itself, it was only the 71-72 season. That took a lot of research to figure that out. Okay, this is a card I bought at a show years ago. It just works so well with Dennis Rodman having green hair and it being a tie-dye card, and the white jersey matches the white jersey he's pictured in, and it's a nameplate piece. This is just a great card. I've had a lot of people ask about it. It's not going anywhere. It's number 22 out of 25. All right, I have 3 or 4 Bill Russell relics, which there's not a lot of those out there either. This is the only Prime version that I have, and Prime is a stretch, although technically it is the Prime parallel, and you can see it is from like the trim or the piping or whatever you want to call that. So it is a Prime piece, and I bought this back when I thought I was going for that set. It kind of killed 2 birds with 1 stone because I'd always wanted a Russell Prime. So that's my, I don't know if I want to call it my nicest Russell relic. It's the Prime one. I've got one coming up here that I think is even better. And no, it's not this one here. That's just the regular version of that card. I should probably put these back in here before I make any mistakes that I'm going to regret. Here is a pair of 61 Russells, creased like crazy. This one's taped together. And then I have one in a slab of this card that's got a beard drawn on it. I think there should be some more Russell relics coming. This is a 75 Topps team card, which, why is that in there? Well, look who their coach is. Same guy, Bill Russell. I have another coach card of Russell. It's a bread card, but it doesn't fit in this box. It doesn't fit in a standard top loader. Here's a Topps relic based off of the, I believe it's the 58 Topps baseball design. Here's the Sport Kings on-card auto. So it's unlicensed, but it's on card. And I like the black and white with the black ink. I think that looks really good. Before I eventually ended up with a Panini autograph for him, this was my main Russell auto. I don't remember what I've got left. I think there might be a couple more in here. Here's the relic I was talking about, though. Swatches of Stardom. That is still one of my favorite cards. It's just such a great looking card. And then I've talked about it on here before, so humor me, but they talk about on the back how it's from a piece of shorts worn by Bill Russell in an NBA game. Try to get a good non-glare shot of that. That might become my thumbnail for this video. There we go. All right, more Russell. There's the auto I was referring to. Optic Contenders 1983 Donruss Tribute. I want to get the Kareem from that set as well. There's one on eBay right now. I'm not sure if now's the time it's going to happen, though. Got to be strategic about that. Here's a Topps Treasury Russell Refractor number to 199. This is the Golden Great set I've talked about on the show before, but it is the parallel. I should remember what that's called. I don't know if it's production or I can't remember what that parallel is called, but the jagged edges is the parallel. All right, so got some Dolph Schayes stuff coming up. He doesn't have a ton of stuff out, so this is a card numbered to 10. National Treasures card numbered to 10, or I'm sorry, Timeless Treasures. It's thin. National Treasures would be thick. Timeless Treasures. We've got an on-card auto, and I love the blue foil on this one, the way it matches with that signature. And I believe this is 2014 Paramount, which would be one of the last autographs that he signed because he passed away not too long after this product came out. That's numbered 19 out of 25. Then we got a Dolph Schayes here, an X-Fractor from 2007 Topps. 2007 Topps was kind of goofy. I like the fact that there's old-timers in there, but at the same time, there were more Syracuse Nats in 2007 Topps than there were Pacers, which to me is obscene. The only Pacer in there was Jermaine O'Neal, but we had more Syracuse Nats, so kind of weird for a modern product, but oh well, it's already happened. Okay, Bill Sharman. This was a national purchase. I think I got that for $10 it's from 2000 Legendary Signatures. This is Bill Sharman's only relic, so this I have to count as my prime in my 75th anniversary collection. It's just a piece of the Boston Garden floor. He probably never touched it, probably never even got close to it. But it's a piece of the floor. Here's a through the mail autograph of Dean Smith to John, not to me. I got this years ago in a UNC lot that I bought, but the auto's good, so I'll take it. I don't care if it says John, Billy, Bob, whoever. I'll take it. This is a good leaf design in my opinion. It's in the name used, and it's a letter. Although those Pistons letters on the back of the jerseys in the warm-ups were always huge, so they don't quite fit the frames that the other team's letters do. In the years after this, they kind of went away from the dark design in the foil, and that's disappointing. But this year, really good design. Okay, Isaiah Thomas, just a cheap jersey. Got a Time Warp. I've shown those off before. This is a great patch here. This is a David Thompson from Gala. And that one's numbered 16 out of 20. I like it's just a kind of a dirty looking Denver Nuggets piece. I like my patches, especially from old timers. Well, I mean, David Thompson's not super old, but pre-90s, I like him to have a little dirt on him. Okay, this is a Topps card. This is the only relic I've ever got signed myself. And I saw David Thompson one time at it was a Charlotte Bobcats draft party. It was David Thompson, Sleepy Floyd, Muggsy Bogues, and Del Curry. So I took a couple items. I had a mini red, white, and blue ball And then this card here, because I was like all about reading about the ABA at that point. I still am, but like I was really into it then. So I was really excited about David Thompson being there. And he's not, I haven't been around him much, but he's not an easy auto. I mean, I don't see him signing in the mail. But I think that relic turned out okay. I was happy with that. And I've got some more David Thompson autos in here. This is one from that moniker set, Skywalker. That's a great card. Number to 149. So some of the other ones I've shown you were 199. That's 149. This I got, this was a giveaway years ago on the Blowout forums from Ryan Mindcycle, who I've since got to know pretty well. I don't remember, he gave it away, I think, because there's like an indent somewhere on the card. I can't even see it with this top loader on it. And that blue foil is fantastic. So Ryan, if you're watching, thanks again. That was a very kind gesture on your part. It's just a great looking card, and it's still in my collection, and I appreciate it. Okay, we got a string of some of the older guys here. This is a Nate Thurman chunky patch. A lot of his patches are the screen printed pieces from the front, which I'll show you an example of that here in a moment. That one's from National Treasures. It's 10 out of 25. I bought that one to be an upgrade over this one because one, it wasn't a chunky patch, and two, I didn't like the sticker auto. But this card's numbered 1 out of 5, and sometimes when I buy upgrades, I have a problem because I don't want to sell the card that I was supposed to upgrade. So that's something I have to deal with. And in fact, there was a card I passed on the other day because I knew I would do that exact same thing. I said, oh, this is going to be an upgrade, but it needs to be under the condition that I move something, but I didn't. So I didn't end up buying that one. All right, here are there are very few West Unseld relics out there, which that makes these really cool. The only downside to these, and they're numbered to 10, I've got 2 of them. The only downside is these are event worn. So I'm thinking this is something that Donruss had pre-Panini, and they acquired that when they acquired that branding, or Playoff, or whoever they bought it from at that point, when then they became Panini America. And this is an example I use when people say, oh, at least it's game worn. Well, veteran relics are pretty much all game worn, save for promotional, like your Black Friday, your Panini National Packs. There's rookie remembrance jerseys, retro sets, stuff like that. There are some cases where the veteran stuff is not game worn. And then the only other one I've seen is this West Unseld. These are event worn, but it's labeled. It's right on there. Now the Dominique Wilkins, they didn't necessarily label correct, I don't think. I've had a video about that before. You've seen that, but anyway. Here is a player-worn relic. I'm okay with player-worn in this case because it's a dress tie. Not wearing that in an NBA game. And this checklist stinks. I mean, Dwayne Wade is by far the best player on it. It's like Orion Green. It's like one of the Graham brothers. Bogut was the second best player in it. But I mean, Charlie Villanueva, I think, might be in it. This checklist just absolutely stinks. But Dwayne Wade was a tops guy then, so thankfully they got a tie from him as well. Okay, I've got a few nice Wade pieces that aren't finals. This is a piece of an all-star jacket. Wade stuff, the common stuff like this, you can get good quality, meaningful common stuff for pretty cheap. Like this is a $30 card, but it's pretty significant in my opinion. This is a tag, piece of a tag that I got in a lot. All right, moving on to another guy I'm not a huge fan of, but have accumulated some cards of, and I like these cards. This is an Ultimate Premium patch of Ben Wallace. Just a crazy patch set. One of my favorite sets of all time. And I've got my 2 Pistons. I've got Rip Hamilton and Ben Wallace. I've got my 2 Pacers. I've got Reggie Miller and Jermaine O'Neal. I've taken a photo of them together because that was that rivalry from that time frame when that card came out. Here's another real nice looking Upper Deck Ben Wallace patch. Got a nice Fleer Ben Wallace patch. And I think this one was a gift from Kukoc ITB. So thank you, Jeff. All right, couple small sections here to go. More Ben Wallace stuff, though. So this, I'm pretty sure, is an All-Star relic. I think it says that on the back. Yep, NBA All-Star game. Some of them look more like an All-Star relic than others. This is not an expensive card, but a good-looking card. Just a real nice-looking patch. It's framed really well. I just like the design of that card. From Fleer Authentics, that would be 2004. Yep, 2004. This is an unlicensed card. President's Choice nameplate. Probably an old Fleer jersey that he got at the Fleer auction. The bankruptcy auction is my guess. Got a Ben Wallace Platinum Medallion. This is from the Upper Deck version of Fleer, which was 2006. It's a numbered card of Ben Wallace from Authentics, 15 out of 50. This is a card I traded for here on the channel. I did a big Zoom trade with Josh, aka Mitten State Collector. Also, actually, might as well show this. I got this from him as well. I traded a different tag for that. That's an All-Star tag. This is one of my favorite sets of all time. This set's fantastic. It shows you the source material on the back, and then they mark the letter on there as if you didn't know it was the letter C. But it's just little touches like that that I appreciate. And that's why we need competition. All right, winding down here, we're entering the home stretch. This is something you don't see too often, a WNBA game-worn letter. You might see some letter pieces in the new Origins, but they're not even player-worn. This is a game-worn WNBA letter. Didn't get too many of those. Look at this Upper Deck black Jerry West quad relic. That's just an incredible card. Another Jerry West here. You know what? I'll be honest. This is the gold. Yeah, it's got all the things you're supposed to like. It's shiny. I like this one better. It doesn't mean this one is horrible. I like this one better. I've also had it longer, but big fan of this one. I just wish the patch was better on that. Maybe if you could take like a patch piece like that, put it on that card, that would be ideal. All right, we've got some JoJo White relics here. These are different. It's very hard to tell why. So the foil on one silver, the foil on the other one is gold. I don't even know if it comes through on this video. But this gold version is numbered to 50. All right, we got some Lenny Wilkens autographs that I got in the mail years ago. Probably about 20 years ago I sent those. I probably sent to him 5 times over the years. We got a Dominique Wilkins red ink mini auto. These are super rare. Like less, I think it's 10 copies or less. This is a fun patch because this is from a Spurs shooting shirt, but it's the 50th anniversary patch from the 96-97 season. And most of that was used years ago in National Treasures. They had this little piece left over. They're kind of liquidating stuff now. Lo and behold, we got it in a recent release. All right, and last but not least, Jamal Wilkes. Numbered 3 of 8, Jamal Wilkes. Just a good-looking patch there. And I have a flawless patch of him as well. I think I've done a flawless video already, so you've probably seen that, but there you have it, Jamal Wilkes. All right, that's it. That's row 3 of the Hall of Fame box. If you really like that, I have a non-Hall of Fame box. Guys like probably Gilbert Arenas, I don't know, DJ Augustine, just guys like that. I can always do some videos with that kind of stuff. I've got an NBA Finals box as well. So maybe we're not done with the box videos. I know people have really enjoyed those. I appreciate you watching. Remember, there are new episodes of the audio podcast that come out every Thursday. And as always, thanks again for watching.